You're just happy.
All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to McLanecast, the podcast brought to you guys from the students of the Art Venture Production Academy. I'm your host, Aaliyah, and today I'm joined with 3 very special guests from BSU. If you guys want to go one by one, say your names, roles, and your grade. It's okay. It's okay.
My name's Takiyah. I'm a senior here, and I'm just a BSU student. I'm not like no president or nothing, but I do get my voice heard if I think that it needs to be heard at a certain moment.
Hi, I'm Janaya. I'm a senior, and I'm BSU president.
Hey everyone, my name is Paula and I'm BSU treasurer.
I'm so happy to have you guys on today. Just to start, you 2 are seniors, correct?
Right.
Yes.
How does it feel being a senior, coming to the end of the school year? What emotions are you guys going through right now?
You want to go first?
Yeah. Honestly, I'm real excited. I'm just really like, I don't know, just like overwhelming because, it's like you see graduations, but now you can actually be in one. So
Yeah.
it's real exciting.
Yeah, me. I feel like all 4 of my years paid off. I feel like I'm excited to graduate, but I'm just scared for the next step. But I know that I'll be able to I'll be able to succeed in whatever life brings at me because I succeeded in these 4 years. So
No,
Right.
for sure.
Yeah.
yeah.
Going off of what you said about the future, do you guys have any plans for post-graduation?
What's post graduation? After graduation?
Yeah, it just means like after graduation.
I was gonna go to state, but I just changed my plans. Just gonna do 2 years at city and 2 years at state, like Janaya, and I feel like that's just a smarter choice of me to do. And then I'm trying to get out of college fast, and then, I want to just build up from there. I don't know what life may take me. I might want to be something right now, and then might end up being something later. So, yeah. What about you?
I'll do 2 years at city and transfer to state because I want to become a social worker.
Really?
Yeah.
We need more social workers. I don't want
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think that too.
especially people that care, in
Yeah.
government.
I feel like it got something to do with the race too. I feel like as her being a black person, an African American person, that's a good thing too.
Especially because I feel like social workers work with low income households
Yeah,
more often, and sadly the reality is a lot of low income households and neighborhoods are people of color.
Yeah.
So I feel like that angle is definitely essential. Not essential because, people aren't people of color, can be social workers and care and do their jobs well too.
Yeah.
But it's just a different level and you see things differently.
Definitely.
So kind of going to the BSU stuff since we're already on topic.
Yeah.
What's it like being in BSU for you guys?
You can go first, Paul, since you're talking about.
I would say that being in BSU it has a great impact for me. Just being in it, just barely my first 2 years here at McLane, it's like me being in there. I'm trying to do everything I can to be supportive, trying to represent the African Americans at McLane in the best way possible. So being in BSU is and it's welcoming too, so yeah.
For me, I would say being in BSU for my 4 years of high school was it was a big lesson. It taught me a big lesson, it helps you, it's a big eye opener. And I'm glad to be BSU president because you actually you be an inspiration to upcoming sophomores, juniors, So I feel like I would say BSU is a great opportunity for not just African American students, but in unity in general.
The community as a whole.
Yeah.
Wait, the question was, how do I feel?
Yeah, what's BSU been like this year for you?
This year, I feel like this year and what I say the midst of last year is my 2 favorite years or year and a half of BSU because I feel like I'm more into it now than I was my freshman year and sophomore year. I wasn't really into it, and I don't know why, but these 2 years, I liked it, and yeah, I feel like it's a good thing. And for her being my cousin, her being the BSU president, I really give her applause for that because I like that she stepping up and being the leader of something, and
Most definitely. Yes.
But yeah.
So you're the president.
Yes.
What does that entail for you?
I would say just like it definitely is like, you know, it brings a lot of like not stress, but it's like a lot.
No,
But
yeah, I
at
get
the
that.
same time, it's like I love being BSU president. Like, you know, like I have special connections with each like BSU president, like everybody in BSU, and like we do get like I do have my voice and opinion on what we do. Like it's just I feel like it was just a great opportunity to become BSU president this year because it opened a lot of doors for me, definitely, and it just like yeah. I would just say like it's just a great opportunity, and I just
I was definitely like.
No, don't worry. I know this is kind of awkward being
It's
in this
not
setting,
awkward.
but I
We love
completely
it.
get that. Really, you
laughing
guys
too
enjoy it
much.
already?
Yeah, we ain't never did this before. Mike,
at
do
me.
it.
So my next question was, do you guys have any like favorite moments from BSU?
definitely. I would say my favorite moment would just be like all of us just having bonding time, like
Yeah,
Yes.
like
Definitely.
taking trips, especially spending time with our advisors. That would be
Oh, yeah.
that's like
Yeah.
the best. Like having good connections with our advisors is like the best,
Definitely.
the best moment. Like
Guys, I'm so sorry. That jacket?
It's horrible, huh?
Oh my gosh.
I'm taking off.
Okay, come away from the cameras first. Yeah,
You
just
really?
put your headphones on. We'll keep on rolling. We're good.
Okay.
You guys are doing awesome, but it's like
Oh, the static?
yes. Yeah, you can hear it. Go ahead and go out there and just take it real quick, and then
I don't think she got a shirt.
we'll keep you guys rolling.
Okay, so what was the? Oh wait, are we still?
but yeah, so I just feel like my best moment would just be spending time with everyone and getting those special connections.
Yeah, me too. Like I said previously, my freshman year, my sophomore year, I was not really into BSU as I am now. But as I'm in it and like I'm like learning new things and like etc. from that, I like the bonding time. Also, it's not even just with the students; it's with the advisors also. And so I feel like all of us, it's not even like friends or like you know what I'm saying, just teachers and students. I feel like we're all like family. Like outside of school, we'll all definitely hang out with each other also. So I feel like that's the good thing about it too.
Do you have any thoughts?
Oh, can you say the question again?
Oh, I was just asking about some of your favorite moments or highlights from being in BSU.
I would say definitely the trip we took to Sacramento
Yeah.
was
Oh, yeah.
very fun, and it taught me a lot of things, like just us going to the Capitol and hearing the speakers. They said some very empowering things to us, and yeah, I really enjoyed time with my peers that are my family. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree with her, and I would say like just being like one biggest highlight I would say is just us having a voice. I would say that
Yeah,
would
true.
that
I
would
feel like
be-
we have had a lot of chances to speak the way that we feel
Right.
too. So
voice
that's a
our
good thing.
opinion and
Yeah, about situations, and that has to do a lot with Spencer too, because Spencer and McGarvin, they give us a chance to actually use our voice and, like, you know what I'm saying, like
Yes.
do what we want to do, and they hear from us and not just their opinion.
Yeah.
I think
Right,
you guys,
definitely.
for sure, have a big impact on, you know, the culture at our school, but like that also can bleed out into even bigger impacts like in our community just as Fresno or even larger than that.
Yeah.
One of the examples was the walkout that we had a
Yes.
couple weeks ago on Friday. Do you guys want to give a rundown on what happened? And
yeah, so basically we were informed and we've seen a picture that was going around on social media of a kid basically dressed up as a
The
race-
KKK.
KKK,
And it was a
racial
white
slur,
kid.
a white, yeah. And so we basically wanted to let like Bullard know, like we hear you, like we hear your pain, like you know, like something has to be done because we just wanted to like, we were just filled with like disgust, you know, like how could someone just sit there and do that, you know? So we wanted not just because Bullard was doing it, but we are a unity. We stick together. So we wanted to let Bullard know we hear you. We don't think this is right either. So we wanted our voices to be heard as a unity. So I feel like due to the protest, well, the walkout, silent walkout, I feel like it was just letting people know, like, we're a unity. We stick together. Like, this is not okay. We was trying to put our voice out there.
And I like how that whole situation, even though it was just a quote-unquote post, and it might not, they might not think that it affected us African-American folks how it did. I liked how that whole situation, even though we should have already been like this as a unity, I liked how it had, like, most of the schools in the Fresno Unified on the walkout, and then, like, how everybody came together and spoke about how they felt about the post, and I like how we all came together as that, and I wish that we can do that more, but, you know, it is what it is, but I just like the whole thing, and we didn't even have to walk out just because of that situation. We could have walked out for any other situation, and we still can walk out for any other situation, but I just like how we all came as African Americans as a unity and did what we did. That was outstanding to me.
And definitely, I want to thank everyone who did come out and support us and show us that respect and was willing to hear our voice and understand what we were talking about.
I would agree with both of y'all. And just seeing everybody out there on that day just made me proud to see some people that actually really cared and wanted to support, because what happened at Bullard was very disrespectful. Disrespectful is not even the word for that, but
What do you think other people or your own community can do to help empower you guys in however way you think?
I would say I would say a way that I feel like our unity can be empowered would just be by just letting our voices be heard. I would say, like, giving us time, which they have, to, like, us to project our voice, let us say what's on our mind.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Okay. So my thing is, so I was talking, I think it was yesterday, but I was talking to, I know it was me, it was Janaya, and I think it was Miss McGovern, I'm not sure. But it's like, okay, so I'm black myself, right? And then I feel like majority of us African American people, we always say we want our voices to be heard, or we always say we want to change, and we always say this. But I feel like, to me, that's just the outside of it. It's like we want the inside. Like, what do we want? Like, what is the change? Like, what is the change that we want? What do we want to be changed? Like, what do we need help with? What do we, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so when you just said that, what did you say? You said you want our voices to be heard, right?
I just said I feel like we should get more opportunity for our voices to be heard.
Yeah, I get you. Do you think that we should get more opportunity to be heard in, like, all the BSUs in general? Like,
just African American students, just in general.
So I get you on that, and I want our voices to be heard more too, because I feel like all of us in this room right here, and then plus our BSU, the whole thing, I feel like we all got a voice, but I feel like only certain people are comfortable with using their voice somewhere, because they probably think that somebody's going to judge them for saying something, or somebody's going to not understand them or not listen to them, so they just choose just to be quiet. When on the other hand, you see we have us three right here, and I feel like we're kind of like speaking part of what everybody else wants to say, but everybody is just not as comfortable as talking. So by us being here right now and we're talking about this situation is a wonderful thing to me. And I feel like that I like the question, so yeah.
I want to say that for me, I will always take with me that actions speak louder than words. And just for us to be talking about it, we should not only be talking about it, but we should also be, like, taking actions and different steps into leading us to be where we want to be within the African American group. And just for other people to help us just be there for support and surround us like they did when we had the walkout. That was really meaningful again.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So I think, was there anything else you guys wanted to add to that question?
No.
Just to kind of, I think everyone, like all three of you guys can agree, you want your voices to be heard more.
Yeah.
What are actions you think I don't even want to say we, because that's so general, but is there any actions a specific group can make to help you feel your voices?
I would say, definitely, I would say I feel like there should be more anti-racist and anti-bias training for staff and students. I honestly do believe that students will be more comfortable and feel more cared for with those.
Me personally, I feel like, wait, you said what change could it be?
Yeah, what are some changes that you want to see happening?
I never thought of that, of what she's saying, but I feel like some changes that it should be, I feel like we should have more, I wouldn't even say rallies, but I feel like that we should more like in announcements or like just like in a certain meeting or where everybody is together. I feel like we need to have like, first of all, I feel like we should have a Black history class with a Black teacher teaching it that knows their history about us, because I feel like nowadays in the history classes they talk about what's going on in the Black history or whatever, but it's not really the truth. So I feel like, first of all, one of the changes should be like we need more Black teachers on campus that like major in history. Then I feel like it should be more outings, like more stuff on the announcements or more stuff like more like meetings with the whole school so people will understand, because I feel like when people go around saying certain things thinking that it don't hurt people, it's because they hear it. So I feel like whatever they hear, whatever they think is cool, because nobody's really teaching them what happened. You know what I'm saying? So like for the Nword, for example, people say it because they hear everybody else say it, but nobody really understands or know the background about that word. So I feel like stuff like that, we need more information about it that we just don't have now. So that's why I feel like we should have a change in, and also what she said.
I agree with Takiyah and Janaya, but like Takiyah said, with the Black teachers and just the Black history class, we do need that because some African American students are uneducated about their own race, and I feel that will be a very productive way to teach students that look like us. So, yeah.
Did you guys want to add anything else? I know change, it can almost seem like it's hard to happen, and there's so much that needs to get changed. So is there anything else you guys wanted to kind of add on?
Are you talking about in the African American unity in general, or what are you talking about?
General, like anyone.
Like about this topic, like more change that you think?
Changes that you think would benefit people of color, specifically the Black community.
Man, like they got, don't they? What is it? HBCUs? Ain't that just colleges?
The Hispanic.
Yes,
one?
HBCUs for
Just
all
college.
Black colleges.
Yeah.
I feel like we need like to have like an all Black. I feel like because there's barely any Black teachers that I know, and I feel like we need more Black teachers. We need more Black principals. We need like a lot of African Americans. So like us seniors now, I feel like we really need to like nail hard on being something that can really change the world. You know. So like I feel like by my cousin, by her doing whoa, what is you doing again? I forgot.
A social worker.
Yeah, that's like a good thing. And like I feel like I'm majoring in art, but I want to really do something that'll actually change. Like even though I'm just myself, I feel like a lot of African American people who are graduating this year or next year or whatever, I feel like we need to really think about our future and think about how could this, because obviously we don't like the way that we're being treated by any other teachers or sort of not really. I don't know. I just feel like we just really need to like be something that could really change the world. So that's, yeah. Can I get another water?
Yeah, I think they're right there.
I don't want to get it. My butt gonna be in the
I don't know if he's listening to us, but
You want to know?
Just interruptions.
no, it's okay. It's okay.
It's gonna be more editing for you. I'm so sorry.
Not
Y'all
for
better
me,
be
for
laughing
him.
at this too. Yeah, give me one.
I'm gonna let.
Look at you
Okay,
slamming.
there. No, it's okay. I just didn't want the noise to like pick up on the mic. Where was I going with this?
Shh, Takiyah, for real.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Why would they put it while I'm getting up?
So I just wanted to kind of go off of this, and so you were talking about more Black teachers. How do you think having more Black staff members would change your guys' lives at school, and how could that in turn change your life as a whole?
You want me to go first?
If you want.
Okay, so me personally, I feel like we need to have I feel like, first of all, if we have a Black teacher, right, I feel like, yeah, obviously they're the teacher because they majored in something that they wanted to study and teach. But I feel like I feel like they have to have it all the way around. So I like, it's not like I'm saying being sweet to everybody and all that, but I've had a teacher in 3rd grade, and she was an African American teacher, and we got back from recess, and I remember to this day, and she was a black lady, and she was a good teacher, but I was like, can I use the bathroom? And it's like recess was just over.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I know where this story is going.
But then it was like, I was like literally begging on my knees to use the bathroom, and she was saying no. So I did the number 2 on myself, and like I feel like when I'm saying like we need more black teachers, I feel like we need them all the way around. We need like black loving teachers that know what they're studying, like black teachers who are willing to teach that class without a problem, black teachers who are willing to answering questions and stuff like that. So I feel like that's what I mean by a black teacher. Like I want them to be all, like I want them to want to teach the class, not like it's like a like they have to teach it, but
Right.
that's what I mean when I say that I want a black teacher. Like Miss Short, for example, she's a great teacher. She's an English teacher. I love Miss Short, and it's like like she seemed like she wants to actually teach her class. So that's the kind of black teacher that I'm talking about, a caring one.
Yes, Miss Short is wonderful.
So, just back to the question for you guys, how do you think more black staff members on campus will positively change your guys's?
I feel like it would help certain students in certain situations that happen on campus. And I also do feel like it would help more African American students feel more comfortable. And when we say black African American teachers on campus, like, I know that's a question, like, what do you mean on campus? Like, what department? I would say, like, mainly in, like, more African American teachers as restorative justice counselors, or maybe just, like, more just social workers on campus, because I do feel like there's some African American students that do go through things and not feel comfortable talking to certain teachers about what they go through. So I do feel like more African American students will feel like, okay, she looks like me, I'm comfortable talking to her. Do you get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know, so I feel like just like to be that extra support,
Right.
because everyone on campus is doing a wonderful job. All the, you know, the work. But I
Yeah.
just feel like just in general, like at
Right.
multiple schools, not just McLane, like every Fresno Unified School District, I feel like they should have a patch of, you know, African American teachers somewhere so they students could feel more comfortable.
For sure. Did you want to add?
I'll agree with Janaya. Yeah, just like she said, some students might not feel comfortable going to somebody else that doesn't look like them. And I feel having teachers that are black for support like that is a great impact, because a lot of kids don't like talking about how they feel, or they hold their feelings inside and they don't want to speak about it because they feel like they'll get judged by somebody that doesn't look like them because they might not understand. But
Right.
for that support being there, I feel that would be a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were kind of talking about how students don't feel comfortable talking about these issues and stuff, and I definitely get that. Where was I going with this question? Okay, so students, it's hard to be the first person to, you know, lead something like a protest, you know, because a lot of people, like we all see it, a lot of people just kind of go along with whatever someone else does.
Yeah.
And it's hard to be that first person to be a
Right.
leader. So how do you guys think we could get people to want change and, you know, make change without them having to, I guess, go out of their way to, I guess.
It's okay.
Sorry, the questions, I have it in my head. How do you get students to want to make change, you know?
Are we talking about, are we still on the topic of BSU, like the black students? Okay. You're saying, how would we get the black students to want to make a change?
Anyone.
Anyone?
Like allies too. How do you get people to...
Oh, like just black people in general to want to make a change.
Not just black people,
I just
but
asked you that. I said, are we still on the topic
Anyone,
of BSU?
Yeah,
Takiyah.
like anyone making changes for, you know, black people.
Me personally, I feel like that has a lot to do with me. I think that has a lot to do with maturity and like smartness, because I feel like if you're not knowing like what's really going on, and if you're not really studying something about something, or if you're just going off of base of what everybody else is saying and you're not really knowing your information, I feel like that's not really gonna make a person want to be a leader. Like if somebody, like for example, if a teacher knows the history about black folks, and if a teacher understands our pain, and if a teacher really like focuses and research everything that's going on with the world with us black African Americans, that's going to make them want to be a leader because they see how we're being treated.
Right.
While everybody else on the side is just saying, what's going on? Ain't nothing going on. That was just a joke. That's just this, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like by smartness, like I said, or by maturity, I feel like that will make a person want to like, you know what I'm saying, change or something. Right.
I would say, brain fart.
No, it's okay.
Boom.
Just kind of repeating the question. How do you get people to want change, want to make a difference?
Okay, I would say, like, by that, I would say just like what Takiyah said, like, people that get, like, you can't force somebody, this is the situation, be mad, you know?
Yeah.
Like, unless someone has, like, true deep feelings and support what they want, do, like, talk about what they want, like, I feel like you just can't, like, just making someone, like, show people how to make a change, I would say just, like, I wouldn't.
I get what you're saying.
Like, I just, it's in there. But I'm just saying, like, probably just, like, speaking about, like, what we want, you know? I feel like just speaking about it can make people be like, oh, okay, yeah, I want this too, you know? Because some people might not be on the same mindset you're on. So that's what I would say.
And
Paula.
I kind of understand why, that's a hard question to answer, because the sad reality is some people just don't care and sadly won't care. So did you want to?
Yeah, I just want to agree with everyone. And yeah, it's just all up to them and their level of maturity and their level of thinking and how they take these situations personally. And like Janaya said, we can't force it upon nobody to care, because it's just the people that care, and if they don't, we can't force them.
And you know what?
It is what it is.
Yeah, no, that's true. But I feel like it also has a lot to do with the household and how they're grown up.
Right.
If you got if you got a white person and they've grown up in a home of racist family, they're gonna grow up, they're gonna have friends, and they're gonna say, oh, it's okay to say this, or I never got punished for saying this, or then that stuff is gonna spread, and whatever. So it all depends on how your family is at home, and it all depends on how you've grown up in your life, and who took care of you, and et cetera, like that.
Right. Has a great impact on how you act now, especially with everything going on.
For sure.
That coming out the shirt.
So just going back to the protest that happened not this last Friday, but the Friday before.
Yeah.
Were you guys surprised at how many people showed up?
Yes. I was overwhelmed, honestly. Like, I thought, like, it would just be, like, us Black Student Union out there and, like, some teachers and stuff. I did not really think that a whole bunch of students was going to come out. Like, honestly, I was really overwhelmed. I was really overwhelmed about, like, how everyone participated when Paula and our secretary did our chant, and everyone replied back. I was like, okay.
No, when she asked that question, I kind of was like iffy, because first of all, me personally, I feel like everybody was not out there for what we was doing.
Yes.
I feel like there was a lot of people out there just to get out of class. And when they did the chant, it was a lot of people who said the chant, I'm not gonna lie. But also, when you asked for a silent, when you was like, can we get a silent please? It was still a lot of people talking, and literally, I think it was you or somebody had to get on the mic and was like, could you guys please be respectful or something like that? Yeah. And it was like, I feel like I was kind of surprised that it was a lot of people out there, because it's like, yeah, you getting out for 6th period, whatever. But it was not a lot of people. Well, it was a lot of people focusing on what we was doing, but it was also not a lot of people focusing on what we was doing. Some people really don't care, but it was just, they felt it was a good idea just for them to get out of class. So it was like, you know what I'm saying? It was 50-50, but I still like how the situation came out, though.
Yeah, I would agree. And for the situation, for us to have the protest and the silent walkout to be last minute, I think we did very great.
Yeah.
And like Takiyah said, for the kids, I think some did come out there just because it's the end of the day. Nobody want to go to their last class. But I feel half of the people that were out there really cared. And if they didn't, at least they, you know, still, because I know there was some kids that stayed in class, did what they did. But for the people that was out there, even if you didn't support, it's still a thank you to you. Cause
Yeah, and like, honestly, you don't have to sugarcoat your feelings. Like, if you feel like people weren't there for you, standing up for you, then you can, you know, you're allowed to feel like that. And
Yeah, definitely.
letting people know that is an important part, too.
I feel like ain't nobody dumb. Like, we already know that you in the back.
right.
Talking with your girlfriend or talking with your boyfriend or with your friends. Like, you know. Was you out there?
I wasn't at school that day, but yeah, I would have
No,
been.
I see you in the back.
Yeah?
No, I'm just I see you with that bun.
So next question was, obviously,
I can't. I was really believing that for a minute. Yeah, I don't really think she was there.
Okay, go ahead.
I swear to God, you guys could check my attendance.
Oh, you're a student?
Yeah.
I thought you was a teacher.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I'm a junior.
Oh, I thought you was a senior.
Well.
All right, let's carry on.
Obviously not everyone there was black, so those people can't know firsthand what you guys experienced. But what would you guys consider an ally, and what can allies do to help your guys's, I don't want to say cause, because it's not even, you know, a cause. It's just societal problems that need to get fixed. So
That say ally? I thought that said ally. A-L-L-Y.
Takiyah.
What is an ally? Like a just a person that we know?
do you guys know what an ally is, or
I
want to
feel
explain?
like an ally is someone who, I would say,
She searched it up.
you know what? Be quiet, because I forgot.
Would say.
Well, even if I did, I'm still speaking. But I forgot for real. But I'm going to say that someone who comes together with people.
It's not like a test quiz question. Like,
Search it up real
who
quick.
do you guys? An ally is just someone who, like, I guess, supports you guys. So
yeah, I was going to
what
say
do
that.
you
That
think?
comes together and supports people.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
would say, like, are we naming people or are we just...
Not specific names, but what, like, would you consider an ally? As in, like, what do people do to be validified, I guess, as an ally?
You can't name
I like to
names.
give
I
a
would
shout out.
say- I would definitely say, like, what I consider an ally is, like, someone who's, like, on top of it. Like, okay, this is what you want. This is what you're going to get. We're going to make sure you guys are heard.
Right.
And I know a few, you know, every
Yeah.
staff member was actually there for us. And that's one thing that I do also want to say. Like, it was also respect given from admin. Definitely. Like, admin. Like, I give
All admin?
all, like, admin. Like, for me being a peer helper also, like, I got that respect. You know, like, I got that, like, I've seen, like, admin in charge, like, trying to make sure we feel good. Like, make sure we're heard, you know? So I do feel like most admin was, like, really supportive throughout the whole process. And I feel like that's what an ally is. Someone who could be there for you, support you. Someone who doesn't look like you, but gets where you're coming from and wants you to support you, you know?
We can't give shout outs in a good way.
In a good way, yeah.
Oh, so
yeah.
in that case.
I'm giving a shout out to Mr. Wolf,
I'm giving a shout out to Miss Alaman.
Miss
I don't even talk to her
Alaman.
like that.
Miss
giving
Alaman,
a shout
Mr.
out
Wolf,
to
Mr. Spencer, Miss McGarvin,
my
Miss
fellow
Ton.
librarian, Miss McGarvin.
Miss Tan.
Her right there.
Yeah, and Miss Ton. Yes, all of them.
My Spanish teacher, Miss Alcantar.
No, but I do want to give a
Therapy.
big shout out to Wolf and Alaman because I would say, like, through this process, Wolf made me feel very comfortable to come to him and talk to him about the situation and hear us out of what we wanted to do.
Right.
It wasn't, no, this is what you're gonna do.
Right.
Because, you know, he was like, well, what do you want to do? We can do it, you know?
Yeah.
So I do want to respect, and I respect Alamon for being there for all of us through the whole process, always, and making sure, like, all of us are good, you know? Like, making sure our voices are heard, making sure there wasn't disrespect going on while we were going. So I really do want to give a big shout out to Wolf and Alamon.
I want to say the same because
Yeah, me too, with the same. no, with the same two people. Go ahead, though.
Yeah, I want to say give a big shout out to Principal Wolf too, because me, Janaya, and our secretary Mariah, we had a meeting with him before we started the walkout, and it was on the same day. Like I said before, the walkout was last minute for us, but we talked to him about it, and he was just all for it. He let us run it. He didn't interfere with anything, and I just really appreciate that because yeah, it was
Definitely.
I appreciated it.
I remember he picked me up from the store because it was cold outside. Listen, it was like 40 degrees, and I was walking to the store. I got off the bus and went inside the store.
400 degrees is hot.
40 degrees.
All right.
And went inside the store. And then it was just me inside the store. I got me a bag of Takiyahs. And then as soon as I was walking out, I seen Mr. Wolf. And I was like, could you give me a ride to school? It's real cold. I didn't have no jacket. He was like, yeah, hop in it. He was about to give me his keys. He was like, don't drive off. And he gave me his keys, though. And I was like, I don't know what car you got. How am I supposed to know what he got? How am I supposed to know what a Toyota is? How am I supposed to know what it looks like? Which one? But I ended up riding in the passenger seat, and he pulled up in the front. We both went through the office. But other than that, Mr. Wolf, I would say is probably who are all of the principals?
Wolf.
I know it's anyways, Mr. Wolf is my favorite principal.
Right.
I don't think there's multiple principals.
Yeah, it's just one
There's
principal.
vice principals.
Yes, 2 vice principals and 1 principal, huh?
As of
Anyways.
right now.
Who's the
Okay.
principal?
Wolf.
Anyways,
Oh yeah, he the biggest one, huh? Yeah, see, that's why. Yep, I like Wolf. He gonna need to go to City College with us.
right.
Drop me off.
Wolf is
In the front.
definitely an amazing principal.
By the
When
gate.
Takiyah.
Okay, go ahead.
When I had Wolf on the podcast a few weeks ago, one of the things he mentioned was like what makes a good leader is someone who can put themselves on the level of the people that they're leading, you know? And that's kind of amazing that he not only, says that, but he can, do those things, actions speak louder than words. And
Yes.
Remember he gave us a box of
Yes.
Dude,
did.
Leslie
He
gave us a
did.
box of cupcakes, and he gave it to me, and we ran to the table to eat them. Just a plug for real. But no, Mr. Wolf is real cool.
Yes.
So you guys mentioned a lot about the leaders who are allies for you guys, but what do you think like students can do better to be an ally for you guys? I know you did mention just caring more, but
Yeah, I would say like for students, I would say like respect what we're saying. If like if if African Americans don't like certain words they're saying, such as the N-word, such as, I feel like out of respect, they'll stop, like, you can't tell nobody what to stop saying, but just out of respect, like you said it
Right.
before, like, let it be heard, you know?
Right.
So I do feel like, as an ally, I feel like for a student, it's just being respectful. Like, they wouldn't want us going around saying a certain word. We wouldn't want, So I just feel like as an ally, as a student, I would feel like that would look like someone that's just being respectful and listen to what we have to say and taking our feelings into consideration.
Right.
Right.
Well, use
What was
the
the
big
question?
word.
the question was, what do you think like students who are allies can do better to help?
What Janaya said, but that's not like the only thing, but that's the only thing that I can probably think of right now that they can do is just be respectful and understand where we're coming from. And like you said, Mr. Wolf said, in order to be a leader, you have to put yourself in their position also. So I feel like the people who says these things, they're in their position. They're not seeing where we coming from.
All right.
So they're doing what they want to do because that's how they feel, and that's in the moment, and that's what they think is right, and that's what they think is quote unquote funny, whatever the case may be. But I feel like if they were to really understand and put themselves in our shoes, it's really not a good feeling, especially because when I be at lunch at the tables, I literally hear the N-word this side of my face, this side of my face. I literally I be hearing the N-word over there. Like I just be saying it. And then I remember this one boy, he had said it to this girl. He thought it was funny, but he added the ER to it. And he said that, he said it to this Mexican girl. It was 2 Mexicans, a boy, and he said it to the girl. And I remember I turned around, I was like, hey, but don't say that. And whatever. He was like, he said, I was just being funny or something like that. Or he was like, my bad, bro. I didn't know you was right there. And it shouldn't matter if I was right there or not. I just feel like that's a matter of respect. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Especially with the ER. That is like tremendously racist to me. Like I don't care who you talking to. If you're trying to be funny, even if you're not talking to a black person saying it, it's just racist in general, and I don't like it.
Definitely.
But yeah, definitely right.
I agree.
Right. Definitely.
Did you have any like more thoughts to add? Like what allies can do to be better?
They said what I was thinking, so I
Right.
just agree with that.
Definitely.
So kind of moving on a little bit. Do you guys feel like your voices are heard here? I feel like I kind of answered that already, but still gonna ask it. Do you guys feel like your voices are heard here at McLane?
Honestly, I would say yes, because I feel like as our Black Student Union on campus, like I feel like we've never had a problem where we had to like, oh, admin's doing this. You know, I feel like we never had a problem like that. So honestly, I'm not saying our school is pitch perfect, but I'm just saying as of like them showing us respect, I feel like we got that, honestly. I do feel like there is some cases where some kids might feel some type of way, but from overall, I do feel like there has not been a problem where I can say that, like, no, our voices aren't heard, because I feel like, again, Wolf and Alaman and McGarvin and Spencer, they make sure we're heard. They make sure if we got something to say, we address it. I feel like they make sure that, like, we feel comfortable, we feel respected.
Right.
Did you guys want to add on to that? Do you guys feel like your voices are heard here at McLane?
Yes, I do. Just
Me too.
saying that
Right.
our principal
Yeah.
a couple Fridays ago,
Right. 3.
He gave us some.
he gave us a chance.
Right.
Yeah.
Last week on Friday had 1 box.
No,
And it's
yeah.
like me being here for my first 2 years, just saying, like, Janaya, I never had a problem for me to say that, no, our voices aren't heard, because I feel the administration does what they can to help us and get us out there so we could be heard.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like this year, like in particular, for this being my last year at McLane and actually like seeing like the mature view of everything, I do feel like, again, Wolf has opened like opportunities for our Black Student Union, and I feel like we're expanding slowly, because like we're expanding slowly, and I feel like BSU is gonna be real large in a couple years. I do feel like
Right. And
they
I'm
gonna-
sure gonna be one of the teachers.
yeah, I do feel like
I'll be back
yeah.
See me again.
like a rat on a mouse trap.
Oh, here she goes.
Taking her chance.
So
On YouTube. on YOUTUB. Oh, I forgot to add the E.
no, it's okay. We'll have a podcast specific for you where you can have your own
Takiyah
antics
Day.
and singing and rapping.
Wait, when we started this podcast, did we even say our names?
Yes,
yeah.
we did.
I promise y'all I'm gonna say Takiyah. I just remember saying what grade live on. Hey, I'm a senior.
The next question that I had for you guys was, are there any specific problems that you wanted to address?
Like
With
here
who?
on campus.
Yeah.
I would say we kind of just like already like tossed it around. I feel like the only situation we really have is just like the students just not showing respect. And I do, so I do feel like certain teachers allow students to be like saying the N-word in the class, and there has been multiple cases where I've been in class and I've heard kids say the N-word with the ER. Basically, like, they're playing a video, and he was like, turn it up loud. I don't think everybody heard it. I'm the only African-American in that class. So you can see how that can make me feel
Yeah.
uncomfortable. So around this time, I really, like, anyways, so yeah, so like I was just like, wow, like, you know, like the teacher can just sit there and like let that, like, it's funny, like, you know, and like, and that's just in multiple classes. Like I've seen like teachers just sit there and let students like throw around the N-word. I've seen students like teachers, and I just feel like that's just like one big problem. I feel like if the students think the teachers will allow them to say the N-word or say it just in general, I feel like they're gonna keep doing it. So I do feel like that is like a big problem here. It's just like some teachers just allow it, and I know there's some teachers that correct them like, hey, watch your mouth, you know, but like I just feel like that should go for all teachers. Like, you know, that should be definitely one of the rules, like no cussing at all, and that just means like, you know.
Ooh, I got something to say. Okay, so me personally, I feel like growing up, I didn't heard the N-word been like slanged around so much. It's like I'm used to it. Like by any race, I'm just used to it. So it's like to me now, I feel like now I'm really understanding that that's not the way. That's not what they're supposed to be saying. Cause growing up, I was just hearing it, boom, it's all right to me. And then still to this day, it's like me. If I hear something like that, I'm gonna say something. But it's like if I say, like, for example, I have some friends who are not black who say the N-word. And it's like I told my friends that's like I told them before, I was like, don't say that. But you know, people want to do what they want to do, and they're gonna do it how they want to do it. So if you want to keep on tagging along and doing what you're doing, you're not gonna hear something from me. You're gonna hear something from another African American person. It's not gonna be as nice. You know what I'm saying? So it's like me, as me being a senior now, it's like now that I'm understanding that obviously that's not the way to go, and you're not supposed to say that, and it's very disrespectful. It's like I tend to say something about it when I hear it now, but it's like I don't know how to explain it like that, but it's just like it's like reality is coming back. Like now we're all getting, you know what I'm saying? We finna start like us African Americans are like we finna like, you know what I'm saying, all come back together, because all these killings and all these fights that's got to do with African American or black on black, it's not really working. And I feel like we all need to come as a community and change it like fast and not quick, because now we out here killing each other and it's not, no.
Yeah, and also I wanted to add, and I do want to clarify, like, because we're saying, yeah, other races shouldn't say the N-word, but that's including African Americans too. Just because the word is, how do you say it? Just because the word is, it hurts our feelings, people say it, I feel like African Americans shouldn't say the N-word either. I do feel like just in general, the history behind it, there could be certain African Americans that do feel, what's the word for it, that do feel uncomfortable when other African Americans say it, because at the end of the day, it feels like you never know what their background is, you know? So I do feel like we're not just saying, oh yeah, just because we're African American, we can say it. I do feel like it is very out of context for us to say it also. Just to clarify that.
No, yeah, that's an important thing to, you know, put out there. Did you have any opinions?
I would say the N-word is definitely a problem at school, and another thing, just our own black people here not liking each other, and I feel we should be here together as one. We should be unified, and the things I see around school, it just hurts because we see people that look like us fighting each other, and we don't need that, because it's like things that go on outside of the school and in the world in general.
Yeah.
And for y'all to come to school and act in that way is just hurtful, because we want to see change, and by y'all not liking each other,
Right.
or, you know, fighting each other over something that has no meaning to it, it's just not showing change. It's like,
Right.
for us to be up there on the stage talking about we want change, we want this and that, then the next day we're fighting each other. But you just said you want to change, so we actually have to be there and show it, not just talk about it. So
Exactly.
It's a lot of fights that take place about somebody talking mess.
that
Girl.
should not matter. It
Man,
shouldn't
I just
matter.
feel
You're
like
too
I
big.
just feel like
At your big age, like, come on now.
I just feel like students, like prior to what Paula was saying, like, yeah, there's African American students that, like, you know, like after the protest, you know, like stuff happened with students. Yeah, okay, yeah, I understand you're angry, yeah, but I feel like that really hurt me as BSU president. I'm pretty sure all my other peers, but me as BSU president, I was put out there. I was put out there to all the admin. They know who I am, you know? So yeah, I feel like it kind of hurt me on a personal level, to the point where, like, I had people like asking me like, Kim, like, you know, why did this happen? Like, why did, you know, and I'm just like, I don't know. Like, you know, like one day we're preaching and asking for respect, but we can't show that we want respect. We can't show that we have respect for ourselves. And so I do feel like that's a big problem now. Also, it's like it's always, it makes it seem like it's black on black hate.
Right.
And it's not like that. And I do feel like that's why we need more African American teachers, back to that topic, on campus, because I feel like with that being said, African Americans could connect with the African American teachers on a different level, you know? But I do feel like, I do feel like it's just, you know, it's like I see people already see us as we're disrespectful, we're ghetto, we're this, and we just give them more to keep believing, you know?
Say that.
So
we
like,
get called loud, we get called all this other stuff, and it's like we're literally doing what they say we are, but it's like crazy because everybody is not like that.
yeah.
Like, for example, like we can be calm when we want to be calm, but some of us just choose to do that stuff out in public because that's what y'all see us as. So it's like
That's the new cool.
yeah, that's what we're gonna do because that's what you think that we do. But it's not really true. Everybody is not like that. For example, my girlfriend, she is not like that. I honestly feel like, no, if we being so for real, these two people right here, I feel like they're not like that. Like, they're not outrageous and crazy like that. Well, I could say I'm not like that either, but even though, like, I, like, joke around a lot and you know, do what I do, I'm not, like, out here making a fool of myself because giving these people what they want to see and they can just, like, add on, like Janaya said, add on to what they think that we are already, so. Yeah.
And it's like I said earlier, for the walkout, again, I don't want to give people mixed feelings about what we say if we can't stick to our word. We can't go up there and say something, especially personally getting up there, grabbing the mic, talking to however many students was out there. But you say what you say, but can't keep up to it. So I feel if you know you can't or won't be able to do it, then you shouldn't be talking about it, because that just sends people off at that point.
Right.
So
Just to kind of wrap things up here, did you guys have any final thoughts?
There's this saying, and correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know how to put it, but it's like don't talk what you preach, or never mind, I forgot it.
Practice what you preach?
yeah, that's
I feel like I know what you're talking about.
I think it's like I feel like that just goes like with the ending close. Practice what you.
It's also another quote that I seen. It says something about. Dang, I don't even know.
Anyways, wrap it
well,
up.
no,
I
no,
seen it
because
2
there's
days
this.
ago on Instagram. I don't know. I forgot on the shade room.
But thank you for your time.
Wait, she didn't even close it yet. You know,
Hold on, because
she
I was about to say a quote. Hold on.
She supposed to say thank you for. She supposed to say thank you for our time.
Yeah,
So,
final
like,
thoughts.
Yeah, I seen a quote going back to
Which one?
going back to us talking about leaders.
On Snapchat.
Going back to us talking about leaders, I was thinking in my head, because I seen the quote I think about 2 days ago, and it said, leaders don't make followers, they make other leaders. So just us talking about leaders, that really stuck with me. And me personally, running for vice president next year for BSU, vote for me.
Paula
But
Drumgoole, right.
yeah, I just want to be a leader and make other leaders. So yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Okay, so
I can
wrapping
ask a
things up.
question?
Yeah.
For like us, all of us right here.
Okay.
Paula and Janaya,
Takiyah.
how do y'all feel? I feel like I'm talking too close.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, so she already asked us this earlier, but it's like, Janaya, did you ask us how we feel about graduating?
Yeah.
Yeah, she did. No,
Question
ask me
you.
some.
How do you feel about us graduating?
Y'all know how I feel. I'm very.
Like, how was these 2 years that you spent like 1.5 years with me in Spanish, but we didn't really know each other. How do you feel about us graduating? Like, since you've been with us, do you think it's going to be the same, or like, how do you feel?
I feel. Oh yeah, and I was gonna say something about that. Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all graduating. I am very sad that y'all are leaving, but at the same time, I'm happy and proud of you guys, because I know just y'all talking to me and telling me stuff about yourself. It's like y'all graduating now, I'm really proud of y'all because I know y'all went through a lot
Right.
in your lifetime, and just me,
Big
I'm
name.
gonna be at the graduation, best believe. So just me
Big T.
being there, watching y'all, going to watch you guys walk the stage. I'm
Right.
just very proud. And when y'all leave,
Turn me up.
me and my best friend Mariah, that is running for president for BSU next year.
Vote for it.
Vote for it real quick.
Right, Spencer.
We are going to do the best we can, no matter what it takes, to
Yes.
be here and provide and continue to have our voices heard. And like I said, actions speak louder than words, and just not only talking about it, but showing. And going back to
Yep.
the people that look like us fighting each other, we will try to prevent that, even though we can't change what people do or what they say or how they feel.
Yeah.
We are going to still try our best no matter what. But yeah, just want to say that I'm proud of y'all and I love y'all.
We love you too.
Love you too, Big
And-
Paul.
So yeah, that's about it.
Right.
Well, I just want to say I can't wait to see what you have for the future, and
Oh yeah, and I got a lot of plans. So
She got a
she
lot
go.
of people.
just in case y'all want to be in BSU next year, whoever's watching this, we got some
Go to sleep.
Right.
we
Go
got
to
some
bed. Good
great
night.
things planned. So I suggest
Yes.
y'all join the club for the
Talking to
group
each camera.
and get involved.
I can't wait to see what you guys have.
Yes.
I just want to say thank you guys so much for being here
Yeah,
today.
of course, of course.
Thanks for having us.
Right.
Hopefully, to see you back next year on this.
Oh, most definitely. I'll be right here in this seat.
The same one.
Yep.
Right.
And thank you to everyone at home watching.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. You guys have a great, wonderful day.
Have
the
a
rest
blessed
of your day.
evening, blessed year. We cut